Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Natalia Leigh. I'm an indie author and the managing editor at Enchanted Ink Publishing, and I've been gone for quite a while. So my goal today is to kind of get you caught up on what I've been doing and then transition into a bit of a weekend writing vlog. But first, I need to clean this camera lens. Okay, I cleaned the lens, so we should be good now. Today is December, what is the date? Today is Saturday, December 7th. I cannot remember the last time I posted a video. Of course, you can find it in the sidebar or on my channel or wherever, but it's been a long time. I want to say at least 6 or 8 weeks since I have posted on here, but I have been hard at work, working with EIP and our editing clients. I have been really hard at work on my own projects, and things are coming along nicely. I ended up doing a November writing challenge, and I know that I have some footage from that from the very beginning of November, but then I just stopped filming. I typically film NaNoWriMo vlogs. It's one of those things that really held me accountable in terms of my word count. But with the way that NaNoWriMo kind of imploded this year and many people were choosing not to participate in Nano, I was just kind of on my own. I did do a writing challenge. My goal was 40,000 words in 18 days. And the reason I opted for that was because the way I have my entire publishing schedule laid out months in advance. I'm one of those people that is very deadline oriented. I love deadlines, and I perform much better when I have hard dates that I have to accomplish things by. So I have publication dates for my next 3 books, and I have everything that I need to do laid out very clearly on a calendar. And I knew that I only had 18 days to work on book 3 in my cozy romance series. And I ended up actually only writing for 16 days. And then day 17, I think, was like a Monday or a Sunday. And I just said, I'm ready to get back into my other project. But over the course of those 16 days, I ended up writing about 32,000 words, which I am very proud of. And we will be talking more about those 32,000 words and, you know, what book it's in and all of that good stuff. But I did write in November. I am prepping for another publication. I don't think the first book in my cozy romance series was out the last time I talked to you, but book 1 of that series came out in October, so it's been out for just over a month now, and book 2 is now coming out just before Christmas. So that book 2 in my cozy romance series, is all wrapped up. It went out to ARC readers yesterday on the 6th. I have the files uploaded to KDP. So, oh, and I have ordered an author copy, but they said that that's probably not going to be here for 4 weeks. My author copy isn't supposed to arrive until like early January. And I have done this with my past few books. It's like I get all the proofreading done, I get all the updates done, and then I order my author copy and it doesn't get here in time for release day. Mew is here with me now. She jumped up here. I guess you can't see her. But anyway, what I was saying before Greg walked out is that I have ordered my author copy for book 2. It's out on ARC sites. It is uploaded to KDP. So book 2 is officially done, and it comes out just before Christmas. So that's something that I have been focusing a lot of time and energy on. And now, as of today, I am officially back to book 3, the book that I was working on for my November writing challenge. So I started, I want to start by doing a full read through of those 32,000 words. It's just over 90 pages. I started that read through last night, and I am in love with this book. It's my favorite of the quartet so far, and reading it last night, I was having such a good time. I added, I think, like 1,000 words to it as I was kind of working through. But today we're going to hopefully finish reading those last 60 pages, and that way I will be totally caught up on the story, where we're at, you know, my subplots and where I'm going, and then we will be able to start writing fresh. So I'm gonna go change this battery before it cuts off on me, and then we can maybe dive into a little bit of reading. Anyway, thank you so much for being here for this weekend writing vlog, and let's dive into it. Okay, I'm in a different spot now because Mew wanted to sit in the sun and she stole my chair. So we're over here on the couch now. Anyway, in terms of that November writing challenge I did, another reason that I was aiming for 40,000 words over 18 days is because I wanted to finish the first draft of book 3. And originally, I started working on these months back, and I had mentioned them in a video or two. And my goal was originally 25 to 30,000 words per novella. And then, you know, over the course of a quartet, I would have between 100 and 120,000 words. And that did not happen. These books have gotten longer than I expected them to be. For reference, book 1 is complete at about 33,000 words. Book 2 is almost 47,000 words, so closing in on 50K for book 2. And what I have been able to write so far of book 3 is sitting at about 32,000 words right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my outline pulled up and see where I feel I'm even at in terms of my 4-act structure. It looks like I am almost done with Act 3, but these books have been really different for me in terms of how well I am sticking to the outline. I did an entire outlining video. I will link it down below. It's romance specific, but you can definitely pull relevant information from it even if you don't write in the romance genre. And I have been sticking with that outlining method. I have been using it for all of my romance books for the past while, at least. I mean, I outlined these 4. I outlined at least 2 contemporaries. I think I outlined the final book in my vampire romance trilogy. So I've outlined quite a few books like that. And I have outlined these cozy romance books like that as well. But I have found that these are such character-driven stories that as I am writing, they are really evolving kind of independently of the path I put them on. And these books, like I said like 100 times already in this video, they are cozy, they are very low stakes, very low stress, something that you pick up on a Saturday, you read over the course of the weekend, and it just makes you feel good and kind of like, you know, warm inside. That's the genre of book that I'm writing. And it is so character driven, and it is so driven by kind of the internal arcs that these characters are experiencing, that I'm finding my outlining method isn't quite doing what I need it to. And that's not to say that I need to change my outlining method. I think it's that the outline that I have is based more primarily on external beats and kind of the external plot. And of course I have the internal, you know, plot points and story beats woven throughout these outlines, but I have always said that my characters really develop on page. They don't develop in the brainstorming phase, really. They don't develop via a character questionnaire. I have to get into a book in order to meet and understand my characters, and they often reveal things to me that I had no intention of putting into the book, that I had no intention of, you know, working into their character arcs. And that has really been the case with these books. So all of that to say, even though in my outline it looks like I'm almost ready to push into Act 4, which is going to be the final act, I have a feeling there are going to be more beats in Act 3 than I currently have outlined. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's looking like I have about 8 major plot points or story beats that I still want to write into this book, but we're probably going to get more than that, and I will be not at all surprised if this book breaks into the 50,000 word range. Some people feel like that is really short for a book, and I would agree that in terms of the average word count that you're seeing, these are quite short. But I have also found, and I actually talked about this in the big Q&A kind of like new author discussion that I sat down and filmed, I have found that writing shorter books is really important. I think definitely for me, probably for many authors, because if you can write a shorter book, you can practice your entire skill set more quickly, and you can do it over and over and over. So if you're writing a book that's 150,000 words, it's going to take a long time to write, and it's probably going to take an even longer time to edit, and you can really get bogged down on those steps. But if you're writing a novella that's 25,000 words or 30,000 words, you can write it quickly, you can edit it quickly, and you can kind of hone all of those skills much faster than if you were writing really, really long books. And I have found that that's absolutely the case for me as well. The faster I can write a book, the faster I can get into the editing of it. The entire book really stays in my mind, and I feel I'm much more efficient at getting these books out when they are shorter. So 50K is going to be still short, but a very comfortable territory for these books. And I expect that by the time we get to book 4, the final book, maybe we'll even be closing in on like 60,000 words. So they've technically gone from novella territory into novel territory, but they're still very short novels. They're just longer than I expected them to be. So with that entire preface, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this first draft. I am currently on page 32 of 94 of my reread. I'm loving it so much, but I would really love to finish this read today. It's only 60 pages, so I should be able to get through it pretty fast, and then maybe tomorrow I can start writing again. And I want/need, in terms of my publishing schedule, I need to have the first draft of this book completed by, I want to have it done by December 26th, the day after Christmas, and then I scheduled 1 week off, a week off of any of my own writing, publishing stuff. And that could be wiggle room. Like if I get to December 26th and this book isn't done, then I could give myself 1 extra week to finish the first draft. But the goal is really going to be to have it finished by December 26th so I can have a week off, and then I will go right back into it starting on January 3rd, and that's where I will start the second draft. So including today, I have 20 days to finish this book, and I don't think that will be that'll be a problem, but we'll see how long this book ends up being. So I'm probably going to get a cup of tea and start reading. Okay, before I get back into reading my rough draft, Greg is doing some formatting work today, and he has just finished a diamond package for a client. So part of our process, once he's done, is he bounces kind of a preliminary PDF, and we go through it. I go through it. I leave any comments for anything that needs to be updated or tweaked a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, leave any comments on those PDFs as necessary. And then by the time I'm done, my tea should be cool enough for me to drink, and I think I'm gonna grab a couple of blueberry muffins and dive back into my rough draft. So let's go ahead and do a quick formatting review, and then we will shift back out to the living room. By the way, we finished painting this office black. I filmed a clip in here for the November writing challenge, but because you haven't seen it, you might not know this. I actually moved into this office with Greg full time. So now my desk is, can you see it? Yes, so my desk is over there. It's my chair. So it's actually been really, really nice. It's winter and very cold here right now. And my office is, you know, that room at the back of the house is like frigid in the winter. So it's been nice to just work in here together. We have a little fireplace in here, and it makes our workflow so much smoother being able to sit side by side and collaborate and work on projects together, because we used to have to like yell back and forth from our offices or like constantly get up from what we were doing to go talk to the other one. So anyway, I am in this office full time now. We have finished painting it black. I have started putting up my little kind of like wall decor back there. We do want to get matching, really nice matching L desks in here, especially because I currently am working off of a desktop because Microsoft Word has been insane on my laptop lately, to the point where I couldn't even work, I couldn't do my editing work on my laptop anymore because Word kept crashing. And it was definitely a Word problem, not my Mac problem. I figured that part out. But I have my desktop tower up on top of my desk, and it's kind of cluttered and crammed over there. So I do want to get an L desk. We want to get matching L desks to really kind of finish off the look of this office space, especially with like the black walls, trying to get it looking modern and clean and fresh and, you know, just all that stuff. So anyway, this is the office I'm working in now. I feel like I'm updating you on a lot of things since I haven't talked to you in a while. And let's stop talking and get to checking out this format. Okay, I am getting my jacket on and my boots, and we are going to head outside, go see the horses. We bought a bundle of hay yesterday, so we're gonna go ahead and put that away. And I figured I'd take you with me and kind of show you how things are going around the property. It snowed. We had our first snow in October, and it has not melted. So we've been in perpetual ice and snow since October. And we are trying to figure out if we're going to need to purchase like an ATV or a UTV with a plow on it so that we can plow the horses' dry lot area so that they have safer footing, because we don't like them being on ice and snow and, you know, mud, anything that could be dangerous or be like a slip hazard. So that's something that we've been dealing with too. Every time winter rolls around, we get busier in terms of horse care because it's just a harsher environment here. And there's a lot to do to take care of them. So Greg is probably waiting for me to go open the gate for him. I have my mask. I am allergic to hay, and it has gotten much worse over the last few months. I can barely be in the hay barn without a mask now. So I'm gonna take you out there. Let's go put some hay away and say hello to the horses. from putting the hay away, topped off the water trough, filled up the hay bags, did some manure cleanup, which has been quite a struggle as they are all frozen to the ground. So that's been a fun thing to work through every day. Now we're back inside. I think I am going to make an Instagram post, create an Instagram post. Since my ARC copies went live yesterday, I want to do a few days of Instagram posts to remind everybody that they are available. I have not been posting on my author Instagram with any real consistency in a while now, maybe a month or so, just because, you know, and I talked about this in that previous video of like how hard it can be to be a new author. I talked about in that video how social media is really difficult. Growing on social media as an author is super difficult. I've had a really tough time of it. And I'm finding that I do enjoy Instagram for the sake of interacting with people once they find and read my books and they then decide to follow me. But in terms of finding new readers on Instagram and kind of going backward on the circle, that hasn't really been a thing. I don't think I've really found new readers on Instagram. I think I'm primarily finding readers on Amazon and then later connecting with them on Instagram. So I haven't really been posting consistently because I find that it takes a lot of energy from me, and I just don't think it's where I want to be putting my energy every day. But all that being said, I am going to do a few days of posting just to hopefully, you know, make sure that everybody who does follow me on Instagram has a chance to see it and knows that those art copies are out there if they want one. And then I think when I'm done with that, I'm going to do a yoga flow and then maybe make some dinner. So yeah, we're gonna put up the Christmas tree tomorrow and hopefully maybe even start writing tomorrow. But anyway, let's go ahead and make some Instagram posts and then do some yoga.
I can see a sea of alpine green, something that will stay with me. Sky is wrapped in blue, wish that I could share with you, like a photograph when times are good.
Hello friends, happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, December 8th. I think when I wrapped up with you yesterday, I was about to do some yoga, and you're sitting on the couch right now, so I hope this isn't too bouncy as I'm moving around. Anyway, yesterday I finished my full read-through of this partial first draft of book 3 in my Cozy Romance Quartet, and I have to say, I absolutely love this book so far. There were moments while I was writing the first 30,000 words where I was struggling and the words felt like they were just kind of stuck and the scenes were taking a long time to work through. But now that I have stepped away from it and I'm back and I just read through it, I can proudly say that it doesn't read as if I was struggling when I was writing it. So that's a great thing, because I know where I was struggling, but I don't think readers will pick up on that at all. And in addition to that, I am having so much fun with these characters. Because I'm on the third book now, I know them much better, and I feel like I am so at home with them. And if I haven't mentioned this previously, this is the first series I'm writing that has multi-POV. So up to this point, yeah, I think up until these books, I had not published anything that was dual POV and certainly not multi-POV. Book 1 in this series, in this quartet, is dual POV, and then with each additional book, we get a new POV. So book 1 has 2, book 2, which is coming out here in a couple weeks, has 3 POVs, and this one has 4. And I'm finding it to be a lot more fun than I ever thought I was going to. All right, my camera died right when I was in the middle of talking about POV. I can't remember exactly what I was saying, but anyway, I am now ready to start writing again. And I finished up this read through, and you know, I had added a few details and such, and I was at just over 33,000 words. So I think I have, let's say we're aiming for 50,000 words. That means I need to write another 17,000. So I think my average word count goal per day is going to be 1,000 words. And that should get me to 50,000, which I'm assuming is going to be a completed draft by my deadline of December 26th. Because technically I now have 19 days, so if I take Christmas off, that'll give me 18 days. So I think I should be good. And the book might not even hit 50K yet. So I think I'm going to go ahead and have my cup of tea. I'm going to start writing. It's always hard to get back into it after I have been away for a little while. So even though it's going to be kind of uncomfortable at first, I just need to push through that and start writing, and I will get kind of back into the flow of this because I've been in editing mode now for a few weeks and I need to get back into writing mode. But let's try to write 1,000 words today, have a cup of tea, and then we will wrap up this vlog. So I'm going to dive right in. Hello friends, happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday evening, December 11th, and I wanted to go ahead and wrap up what was supposed to be a weekend vlog, and then I just kind of forgot to film my outro on Sunday, and now suddenly it's Wednesday. But I am fully back into my writing, back into book 3 of my cozy romance quartet, and it's going really well. It can be really difficult when you take a break from writing, whether it's 2 weeks or a month or 3 years like I did at one point. It can be so difficult to get back in it, and I feel it every single time. I have published 5 books under my pen name, and a 6th book is about to come out. And throughout that process of those 6 books, when I have been taking breaks in between, taking breaks in between my different rounds of editing, every single time I have to go back into the writing process. There's a little bit of fear. I'm a little bit intimidated. I always get worried. Am I going to be able to kind of sink back into the story? Is it going to be obvious that I took a break and then started writing again? So that was something that I faced, and I am happy to report that it's going really well. What I like to do, and thankfully because these books are short, I am able to reread an entire draft before I start writing again. But I know that for some people, if you're writing 150,000 words, that might not be very accessible, but it does help me to reread what I was working on before getting started. Anyway, I have been able to write 1,000 words a day approximately. And like I said, it is the 11th and my book is sitting at 37,885 words. So here in the next few days, I should hit 40K. I hope to vlog the process, but if you have been here the past few months or the past year, you probably know how that whole process has gone. I have not been very consistent with my vlogging or my videos at all whatsoever, but of course, I always hope to be able to maintain a little bit of a better routine. So thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate you watching my videos and supporting my channel and my journey here on YouTube. If you have any questions for my next vlog, which hopefully won't take 3 months to come out, please go ahead and drop those in the comments down below, and I will make sure to read back over them as I am filming my next vlog. Anyway, I hope your writing is going well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.